Hi children, welcome back to our maths class. Today we are going to start a new lesson. Are you ready for that? Suppose that I am putting one dot here. One dot here. You want to locate its, I am telling you to locate its position. How is it possible? You will say like that it will be near to the left corner of the sheet of paper, or it will be middle of that paper of sheet, or it will be very far from the right part of the sheet of paper. Like that many statement you will see. Then is it possible, after hearing all, is it possible to locate the correct position of that point dot? I think no. After hearing only one, it will be how much distance, nothing is there. Then how can you locate its position? You want to say like that. I am saying this is 2 centimeter away from the left part of the sheet of the paper. Left of the sheet of paper, and it is 7 centimeter from the lower part of the sheet of the paper. 7 centimeter from the lower part of the sheet of the paper. Then surely you can tell the correct position of that dot. From this, what do you understand? Suppose that in your classroom also, you want to say seating plan, where you are sitting, how can you say the correct seating plan in your classroom? Suppose that you want to know in that classroom which bench you are sitting, and in which place, in bench, first, second, third, like that, which place you are sitting, that also you want to get. Then only you can say the correct. That bench, where you are sitting in that bench, that I am taking the row. And in which place you are sitting, that you can take as the column. Then column number also you want to know, and the row number also you want to know. Then only you can say the correct seating plan in your classroom. Suppose that I am saying 3, 2. Then when you are locating the position of the object, both x and y, both you need. X value will be there, 2 value needed. Then 3, 2 I am saying. First I am saying the row. Row means which bench you are sitting. Then third bench you are sitting. 2, 3, 2 I told. 2 means second place you are sitting. 3, 2 you are saying. Suppose that 1, 2 if you are saying, in the first bench you are sitting in the second place. For to locate the position of an object, surely we need two independent values. That means two perpendicular lines, two lines needed. Then you want to say how much distance from one line and how much distance from the other line. Like that, two independent observation you needed to locate the position of an object. This position, location of the position of an object, all discussing by a branch of mathematics that is known as the coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry. So, today's our lesson is coordinate geometry. A French mathematician René Descartes, R-E-N-E-D-E-S-C-A-R-T, René Descartes contributed a lot to locate the position of an object in a plane. In the honor of this mathematician, sometimes we will say this Cartesian system. What? C-A-R-T-E-S-I-A-N. Cartesian system. The system which we are using to locate the position of an object in a plane, that is known as the Cartesian system. Then you already knows that the number lines, you already knows how to locate the position of a numbers in a number line. If you are taking this horizontal line is known as the x-axis. This line fully known as the x-axis, and this perpendicular line is known as the y-axis. This fully x-axis. These two axes intersecting in a point that is known as the origin. The coordinate of the origin is 0, 0. Then from this origin, right part of this x-axis, that will be the positive x-axis. All it will, from here to here, all will be the positive values for x. From this origin, we are taking all this will be the negative x-axis. From here to here, all will be the negative values for x. From this origin, top all will be the positive y-axis, positive part of the y-axis. From here to here, this will be the negative y-axis. This intersection origin. Clear? This will be the positive x, this will be the negative x-axis, this will be the positive y, this will be the negative y-axis. Then origin intersecting part is known as the origin. Then this will be the plane. Then these two axes, x-axis, this will be y-axis, this will be the x-axis. Divide the plane into 4 equal parts. Coordinate axis. Axis is the singular form. Its plural form is axis. Axis singular, axis plural. Then these two axes divide the plane into 4 equal parts. Each parts means this will be the first, second part. From here to here, this will be the third part, this will be the fourth part. These are known as the quadrants. Quadrans. This x-axis and the y-axis together, this x-axis and y-axis together are known as the coordinate axis. Axis singular form, its plural will be coordinate axis. This coordinate axis divide the plane into 4 equal parts. Each part is known as the quadrants. We are starting from here. This will be the first quadrant. This will be the first quadrant. Next we are moving in an anti-clockwise direction. This will be the second quadrant. This will be the third quadrant and this will be the fourth quadrant. Therefore, the coordinate axis divide the plane into 4 equal parts. Each part is known as the quadrants. We are starting from here. This will be the first quadrant, this will be the second, and this will be the third, and this will be the fourth quadrant. Then, I already told to locate the position, we need two values, x value and y. Therefore, x comma y will be the position of an object in a plane. Every time we will write the x coordinate first, then we will write the y coordinates. This x coordinate have one special name. X coordinate is known as x coordinates. Another name is abscissa. A-B-S-C-I-S-S-A. The x coordinate is known as the abscissa. Y coordinate is known as y coordinates. Another name is ordinate. O-R-D-I-N-A-T. If you are taking 2, 3, what will be the abscissa here? 2 is the abscissa and 3 will be the ordinate. X coordinate is another name is abscissa and y coordinate another name is ordinate. Then what about in the first quadrant? Here you look this will be the x, this will be its y value. Then in the first quadrant, x and y both will be the positive. For in the first quadrant, what will happen? X value will be positive, y also will be positive. In the first quadrant, all will be the positive. Just look, positive x-axis. Therefore, this will be the positive value. Y also will be positive. Then just think, what will be the sign of the coordinates in the second quadrant? Just look here. First anyway you want to write the x coordinate first. Here x will be negative. Y here that will be positive. Negative come negative and positive. X coordinate will be negative and y coordinate will be positive. That will be in the second quadrant. Then what will be in the third quadrant means this values. Then x will be negative, y also will be negative. Third quadrant, both x and y values will be negative. Next, fourth quadrant, x will be positive, y will be negative. X, normally we are writing x first, y will next, negative. Then all the values will be positive in the first quadrant, all will be negative in the third quadrant. X negative, y positive will be in the second quadrant. X positive, y negative will be in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, these are the quadrants division and the sign of the coordinates in the x and y coordinate. Next, we can study how we can locate the positions. We want to mark 2, 3 in the Cartesian plane. Coordinate plane or Cartesian plane both are same. You want to locate 2, 3 in this Cartesian plane or graphically or coordinate plane, xy plane, all are the same. Then I already told first value will be the x. x2 positive 2 means here. Then y will be 3. Therefore y 3 here, x2 here. Therefore this will be the position of that point 2, 3. x2, y3. Next I am saying minus 3, 2 you want to mark. Minus 3, 2. I already told first number will be minus 3. X is negative. Where will be the x negative value here? Y positive is there. 3, 2. Then minus 3 here. 2 means here will be the 2 value. Therefore, minus 3, 2. This will be the position of minus 3, 2. Next I am seeing minus 4, minus 1 you want to locate. Then x negative, then you want to move here, minus 4 here, minus 1 here. Therefore, minus 4, minus 1 means this will be the minus 4, minus 1. Then, next I am saying 2, minus 4 you want to locate. Here x is positive. Therefore, 2 here, we can start from here, minus 4 here. Therefore, 2, minus 4. This will be the position of 2, minus 4. Suppose that you want to mark 3, 0. 3, 0 you want to mark. X value is 3. Where is 3? Here positive 3. Thus y is 0. Therefore this will be the point 3, 0. When the y coordinate is 0, that point will be on the x-axis. If y is 0, that will be on the x-axis. Next I am writing 0, 2. Here x is 0 and y is 2. Where is 2? Y is 2 here. X 0, 0. Therefore, this will be the point 0, 2. X is 0, y is equal to 2. When the x coordinate is 0, that point will be on the y-axis. If x is equal to 0, that point will be on the y-axis. If y is equal to 0, that point will be on the x-axis. Sometimes this question will ask like that, minus 3, 2 in which quadrant? Then just look, minus 3, 2. Here we already marked minus 3, 2. That will be on the second quadrant. I already told if all the values are positive, that will comes on first quadrant. If they are asking 2, 3 in which axis, by drawing and locating you can say that which quadrant. Otherwise you want to just by heart that all the positive coming, it will be on the first quadrant. If x negative and y positive, that comes on second quadrant. x, y both are negative, that comes on third quadrant. X positive, y negative coming, that will be on the fourth quadrant. If minus 3 comma 2, in which quadrant asking me, x negative, y positive, that comes on the second quadrant. Minus 4 minus 1 both are negative, therefore that comes on the third quadrant. 2 comma minus 4, that is x positive, y negative, therefore that comes under fourth quadrant. If x 0 coming, you want to write not in the quadrant, you want to write in axis. Y is equal to 0, that coordinate will be on the x-axis. If x is equal to 0, that point will be lying on the y-axis. There we can't use the quadrant. What will be the coordinates of origin? 0, 0 is the coordinate of the origin. They are asking what will be the horizontal line is called the x-axis and the perpendicular line is called the y-axis. These two axes intersect in the point origin. Its coordinates will be 0, 0. This x-axis and y-axis together known as the coordinate axis. The coordinate axis dividing the plane into 4 equal parts, that are known as the quadrant. We are the 4 quadrants are there, first, second, third and fourth. X coordinate, while locating the position of an object, you want to write first x value, x coordinate value, then you want to write the y value. Then x coordinates, another name is abscissa, and y coordinate, another name is ordinate. And suppose that 3 comma 4 and 4 comma 3, these two are same or different? Surely it will be different itself. Here x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 4. X 3, y is equal to 4. The point will be here. This will be the 3 comma 4. Next I told 4 comma 3. X is 4, y is equal to 3. Where will be that point? 4 comma 3 will be here. Therefore 3 comma 4 and 4 comma 3 are not same. I think all you clear, and go through this and you can make a note also. Thank you dear students. We can meet on next class.